I did not get rich until I stopped working as hard as I was working before that. And that's one of the weirdest things to say, right? I did not start actually making good money until I cut my work in half. Okay, and I'm gonna explain all of this to you because they tell you when you're growing up, like, listen, you gotta work really hard, you gotta work 9 hours, you gotta work 40 hours a week, 50, 60 hours a week. Even the old entrepreneurs will tell you the same thing. You gotta work 60, 70 hours a week to get. That's all BS, man. That's all for show, if you ask me, man. And right now, I'm doing about $15,000 per month. Just to be completely transparent with you, our sales team, we did $85,000 in high ticket sales in November 2023, and I out of that we get 25%, so that's about $22,500. Y'all can do the exact math. I paid out my team and I was left with about $15,000. Okay, so that's pretty freaking good. I don't know what stage you are in life, but I'm pretty sure the algorithm is putting me in front of people who aren't making $15,000 per month. Okay, and I'm gonna be real with you. At the beginning of the year, I was working way harder and I was only making $8,000 per month. This last year, November, I worked so much less intense and I made way more money. In fact, I was traveling. By the end of the month, I was traveling to Texas, and then I was going to hit Bel Air, LA, and people were hitting me up going, dude, I just made this sale. And I'm like, oh, amazing. So if you haven't already guessed, the key to actually finding long-term success, delegation. And if you haven't read the book 10x is easier than 2x by Dan Sullivan, that's your homework. You can grab it on audiobook, probably for free on Spotify. I was getting it on Audible. You can buy it. However you consume content, I extremely recommend that. You could probably get the gist of it after you go through the, he's going to talk about, who's the guy that does all the chipping? I'm not going to remember right now. Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, after they talk about Da Vinci, you might already have it by then. But I would recommend going through until you get to him talking about the real estate woman. It's all about delegation, okay? And a lot of the time, people think, oh, I've got to do it all myself because if I hire somebody else, they're going to cut my sales in half. I'll give you an example. When I came on to this business at the beginning of the year, I was running the DMs, which means I was handling all the DM conversations on Instagram, on Facebook to get people onto calls. I was also handling all the freaking calls, okay? And then I was actually handling all the sales as well. So I literally did the entire sales process from start to finish, and I was weeded as a mother boop, right? I was working 40, 50 hours, 60 hours a week. I did not sleep. There was one time where I hadn't left my house in it was like 3 months, okay? I went to go hang out with my boy Bernie, sat at the diner, I'm eating my food, the order comes in wrong. I'm a pescatarian, mostly a vegan, honestly, and the order came in and it was freaking pulled pork. I hadn't eaten meat in 5 years, okay? And I still, that was the one time I've eaten meat in 5 years because it sits in front of me, and Ted goes, dude, my millionaire mentor goes, dude, I need you in 10 minutes. And when somebody tells me they need me, I'm there. So I just said, fuck it. I ate all the pulled pork because I was so hungry. I've been working for so much. And I said, dude, I gotta go. And he's like, dude, I totally understand. I picked him up. I told him, can you get home? He said, yeah. And I got in my car. I ran to my car. I drove all the way home, got on right like 9 minutes, 59 seconds. That's how seriously I took it. That's how weeded I was. That's how dense my schedule was. And I was making about $5,000 to $8,000 a month. That was not sustainable for me. But I was so terrified to switch and bring in other people. Ted was like, dude, I think it's time to, bring in another setter. And I was like, yeah, probably. And then I wouldn't bring in another setter because I was terrified that if I brought in another setter, I was going to get half the money. It wasn't until I read 10x is easier than 2x that I realized, well, if I bring on another setter, instead of having 24 hours in my day, I've now got 48 hours in my day. Right? Because I've got somebody else who's working with me. So what I did was kind of told the universe I was open to it. And shout out to my boy Aman, my now mentee that I've got. Great kid, great guy, great man. He messaged me and he goes, dude, I saw that you're crushing it. I saw the course that you bought. I saw you were at the top of that class. I want to work with you. Do you have anything that you can offer to me? He didn't even like say he wanted to work with me. He was just like, yo, is there anything you can shine? I just started, I'm new, I would love to learn from you. I said, dude, let's do it, let's hop on a call. I hopped on a call with dude, he was amazing, and I trained him up just for free, just because he was a dope guy. And then it ended up that his business was ending, that he was doing some business with, and I said, yo, dude, come work with me. And I'll tell you, the first month that I had him work with us and he started doing DM setting, we did an extra $20,000 in sales. And instead of making $8,000, I actually made like $9,500. So I actually made more money. He made more money than he's ever made before. And I worked way less hours. And I was so much healthier and I was so much happier and my relationship got better and my life got better and my mental health got better. And I was like, whoa, there might be something, there might be something here. So ever since then, I embraced the delegation. And so now I've got 2 DM setters. I've got Amon running Instagram. I've got Owen running Facebook and school. So now I don't have to do any DM setter. I've got 2 people on discovery calls. I've got my boy Bryce and I've got my boy Dan running discovery calls, so I don't even have to do discovery calls. And I'm doing half of the sales calls. Amon has graduated to doing sales calls as well, so we're splitting sales calls. And it's amazing because what happens is I get 25%. When I started, I got 25% of all sales, right? So I was like, dude, if I just do all this, I'll make so much money. And I got copped out because I only had so much time. Now I've got 4 or 5 more people. We've also got 4 people on outbound calls, okay? Now I've got 4 or 5 more people. I pay out the DM setter 7.5% for everybody that we close. I pay out the discovery caller 2.5% for every person that we close. And if you're a closer, I pay out 10% for every person that we close. So now I get 5% no matter what for managing and training my entire team. And I'm also half closing, so I'm making another 10%. So I'm making about 15% most people because I'm closing a lot of people. So I'm crushing it. It's awesome. And I have so much more free time to film videos like this. Guys, I've been wanting to film videos like this for so long, but I was not able to because I did not have enough time in the day. So my recommendation is why you aren't making the money you're making is because you haven't learned to delegate. And this can manifest itself in so many ways. Guys, you could spend so much time digging through YouTube videos of learning how to be a boxer, or you could just pay $100 and learn from a freaking professional boxer. I got a boxing coach and now I'm learning how to box without watching videos all day and teaching myself. I've learned so much. I could mess up most people now. It's freaking awesome. I could, oh man, I really want to, you know, well, it manifests whatever. I want to create tons and tons of YouTube videos. I want to create tons and tons of Instagram content. Well, if I'm editing all those videos, I'm not going to make as many as I want to make. But if I hire somebody, which I've done, to create all of my talking head videos, now I automatically have content going up and I just go on, I'm like, oh, new video up. It's freaking awesome. So figure out one way that you can delegate in your life and start implementing that immediately, because you're gonna find insane results. If you like this, hit me with a subscribe, hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, 1 of the 3, 2 of the 3, 3 of the 3s, whatever you can. Hit me up on IG if you need somebody to chat with. I've got your back. Life is good. Benny D out. Peace.